I hate it when politics gets in the way of enjoying my music, my pets, and my couch. You might feel that way after the recent presidential debate between President Trump and Vice President Harris. Especially as following the debate, Taylor Swift, a self-described childless cat lady, announced her endorsement of the Harris campaign on Instagram. Though this endorsement is wholly unsurprising, the announcement is interesting to me because just a few weeks prior, President Trump and his campaign presented a Taylor endorsement of their own, using AI-generated images of Taylor Swift dressed as Uncle Sam. Clearly, Taylor's pet status and parental status are less important than her support here. Maybe she can fix him or bury all this bad blood in Florida and let karma be Kamala's friend. To be serious, though, it's difficult to take risks posed by AI manipulated media seriously when these recent examples are so obvious instances, such as this Uncle Swift or robocalls in New Hampshire that use President Biden's voice to tell people not to vote in their Democratic primary. These examples were notable not for being convincing, but for how entirely unconvincing they were and how quickly they were identified and debunked. To understand the risks that AI manipulated media can pose to the electoral process, we shouldn't look at the overall presidential campaign season. That's a space with high information density, clear authoritative sources, players we know well, and we have strong expectations there against which we can judge behavior, like who is Taylor most likely to endorse here. Instead, deepfakes and AI-altered media are concerning in the opposite context, where we don't have strong authoritative sources or clear narratives, and there might be real uncertainty about what has happened. Deepfakes that claim to show what's going on behind closed doors, in cigar smoke-filled back rooms, and under the fog of war, though, fakes in those contexts are much harder to dismiss because they tap into pre-existing anxieties and uncertainty. Crises, conflicts, war, and the immediate aftermath of disaster, or any time sparks fly, are particularly susceptible moments. We see examples of this in last year's election in Slovakia, where fake media circulated widely, showing the head of the Progressive Party, a pro-EU candidate, admitting to rigging the election. He subsequently lost that election to a more conservative and pro-Russian candidate. Now, these vulnerabilities are not new, and they're not specific to deep fakes. If you want examples, go Google sharks and flooded highways. But AI tools do make deepfakes easier and faster to produce, easier to fill blank spaces and information voids, and easier to fan the flames of conspiracy. Here, predisposed, vulnerable audiences see this information, see these fakes as confirmation of their concerns and their anxieties. So what does this mean for this year's election? On the day of the election, where uncertainty might be high, I'd say we should be wary of unconfirmed media, especially if it's really only circulating online, and especially if that content makes you angry, because maybe making you angry was the real goal all along.